reissue because there was, electronic fraud with the payroll at the school, so we went through insurance and, we had to reissue the check, so it's a different, it's like like approving a regular payroll warrant. And then this FinCom reserve request is to cover the deductible from the insurance company for that.
Okay, so they're both connected.
Yes, yeah.
So, I'll entertain a motion to approve the reserve fund request for the deductible for the cyber fraud payroll claim.
So moved.
Second, any discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, and that's for 2,500.
Oh, wait, before you sign this.
Oh,
I'll entertain a motion to approve the payroll fraud reissue for $6,989.63.
so moved.
Second, any discussion?
No.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Review and sign special town meeting warrant.
Real quick, I'm gonna jump to the ones in yellow because those are the ones I have. So Article 16, I'm gonna remove right now, cause that's the, general bylaw that we need more information on.
Okay, makes sense.
Article 20, and Article 22 is going away because that's that 2,500 that you guys just approved. If you hadn't approved it, it needed to go on special town meeting, so I'm gonna get rid of Article 22.
Okay.
Article 20 and 21 are to rescind the vote that funded the purchasing of the tractor mower for highway, and then voting the new amount in. So we're gonna rescind the original vote completely and then vote for the 135. And I just put those in yellow to make sure that that's what you wanted to do.
Yes.
Okay. Here we go. You guys can read through. If you notice anything, let me know. I'm gonna type this up. Sorry.
You see, you need to read them out loud?
No.
All right.
Make sure you guys are good with it before I print it. So I can fold some paper.
The sick leave buyback, is that,
That was
that's
Todd's.
Todd's?
Yeah, so reserve fund already approved it, but because of the payroll, we wanted it on the special as well. We've been trying to do that.
Article 4, $4,631.04. Highway salary?
Yes, that was for, he didn't budget enough for his, the raises for his guys.
We don't have a sum of money yet for Article 5. We'll figure that out for the motion.
Correct.
Same with Article 6 and 7.
Yep, they just, he just, oh wait, those are mine. Yep, so I'm trying to figure out where I'm gonna get them from, but all within
Right.
our own budget, yes.
We don't have a number for Article 15 either, that's the radio frequency expenditure for Donovan Road.
Mm-hmm. You can give me a number.
We're getting that from Jason.
Yeah, I'll have to provide it and where it's coming from.
Okay. Well, if he doesn't have it, we'll pass over it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying for 17, 18, 19, it looks like, we don't.
Right, he knows, he needs to get me those numbers, yeah.
Okay. So, and then we're gonna vote on this next week?
No, I need it to be voted on tonight, hang on, I just realized I spelled one of those wrong.
We don't need the sums of money until.
Right,
Until the day, okay.
yeah, but I need to get this posted back before the end of the week, and then the annual town meeting, cause that's to be posted 14 days before the special. And we only have one constable right now, I need to make sure I can get him in here one day this week to sign it and post it.
Okay.
And then the annual town meeting we'll do next week,
Okay.
cause that's 7 days before the annual, that has to be posted, so.
Okay.
If you guys are both cool with it, are we gonna print?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll entertain a motion to approve the warrant as listed, with the exception of Article 16 that we're removing, and Article 22. So you changed the numbers, right?
I did, yes.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Which budgets did you want to review tonight?
You guys, really. I don't know if you guys brought your budget, sorry.
I did not.
Me either.
Alright, well, we can, I can make you copies, or we can hold on. I know FinCom wants you guys to,
Come to their meetings, right?
yeah,
Their next one is this Thursday? Oh, I can.
yeah, I think it's Thursday, but we have interviews on Thursday, so.
Have they finished meeting with everybody?
I don't believe so. I know that they met with the school, I believe they met with the police. Possibly highway too. I'm not sure on that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I can make copies of what I have here, or I can get template next week. Went through like the town offices mostly.
What do we got so far for next week?
I have I think a resignation from the BEMA, and there's something else too.
I mean, there's still time to review the budget, so.
There's 2 resignations for next week, and then minutes, warrants, and then signing the annual town meeting warrant. I think that's it so far.
Well, there's still time to.
Yeah, because we don't vote on the budget until June.
Right.
June
And we can meet with
2nd.
Finance Committee,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
see what they say,
okay.
and go from there.
Alright.
What else?
That's it. Unless you want to
At
talk
some
about your
point,
concerns.
definitely I would like to talk about my concerns in the email we got today, but also, we have to discuss the Arnolds, because we have a time limit on that, I think,
I emailed town council everything.
Okay,
The assessors did find that there's an easement on the properties where that, the pipe that they were talking about that goes behind Gilbert Street and Stoddard Place, I think it is, she said court, but I think it's Place. There is an easement over there, which, I've sent everything over to town council, so they're gonna review everything, cause typically if an easement is in place, and it was in place in 1939, that means it's a town-owned pipe, because the town wants to be able to access it and fix it. There is no easement on the Arnold's property, and even if town council comes back and says, yep, it looks like we need to pay this, there is no appropriation for it anymore, so we have to have a special town meeting to transfer the funds. And, obviously that takes, from the time that we get that decision, I have to post a warrant, that takes 2 weeks. So we're not gonna make that April 25th deadline regardless of what town council says, so he's gonna probably end it.
Yeah, so my question then is, so we don't have the appropriation even though the town didn't vote on rescinding?
I think because it sat in that account and nothing happened with it, it just went back into, general, yeah,
Okay.
it just gets absorbed into free cash, cause it was never spent.
Okay.
So the difference between the two issues is when they put in the under drains, the one that runs down through Starter Place and Gilbert Street was one of the mains.
Okay.
Okay, that was one of the main lines, that's why there's an easement. And the manholes and cleanouts and everything were all part of that system. They weren't installed new, they were replaced.
Okay.
Okay, so that's an existing thing that the town owns. We have the easements on the property, that's the main line. The Arnold situation is different. The main runs down under the road. The homeowner was allowed to stub in their own drain. That's the difference between the two, and that's why we couldn't pay it. Because we tried to pay it several different ways, and it's not legal for us to do that.
Okay.
Okay? 'Cause,
Alright.
if we pay it, then a townsperson could sue us for misappropriation of funds.
I'm still unclear about the whole thing, but you know what, I'm glad town council's taking a look at it. And we'll wait to hear what they say.
Alright, anything else?
Yes, yeah, I had asked Ashley last week, I sent an email on Wednesday. Most of my email actually was backed by the information that was sent by ACLU this morning, so I don't need to go through that piece by piece. But I will say one of the things that really frustrated me was having a statement pre-written that I had nothing to do with, a vote planned that I had no knowledge of and that wasn't on the agenda. And then I also, of course, have concerns about, the legalities of all of the things in that meeting. I just, we'll start with that, I guess.
Alright. Well, to your email. You said, I know we can bring things up last minute, but you could have prepared a statement with enough time to also add that to the agenda ahead of time.
Yep.
That's not accurate. I did it the
You did
night
it.
before.
Okay.
Okay?
So, but there was still then time to let me know about that information too. And the plan,
Well, that would
To rescind.
that would have violated,
unless you went through Ashley, who then told me, yeah.
and then you put down here, it also seemed that some people were aware that this was going to happen based on the crowd in attendance. Okay? Those people in that crowd, no one knew about it. I didn't tell anybody about it. Okay? They were all there to protest what we had done 2 weeks prior.
Okay. I take your word for that, although I think it's unlikely, but I take your word for that because we have to work together and.
Alright, now, the ACLU.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. ACLU.
We have until next week to,
I'm not worried about that.
I am.
We'll get a decision from town council about it. We'll get there, we'll send it out tomorrow. They can get everything and they can let us know. Let's see. I'm just looking for something that gives exactly what they say here. So,
Like what?
Well, I'm looking, and I'll tell you what I think about it, and then we'll send it to town council and see what they think about it. Okay. Let's see. Looking for summaries on some of these things instead of reading the whole paragraph. Alright, so this says make something about making adult cabaret entertainment unlawful in any place where it could be observed by a child. We did not say that they could not have a drag show at one of the places in town, that it's allowed in the industrial section by special permit. What we said was we didn't want them to have it on the common where people that aren't gonna wanna see it will see it if they happen to be going to the common. We did not say they couldn't dress in any particular way. We didn't deny the LGBTQ event. The only thing that we said was the drag show itself needed to be conducted in a place that was somewhere else.
But we cited adult entertainment.
It is.
It's not.
It is.
It absolutely is not.
This says cabaret adult entertainment.
No, adult entertainment is anywhere, you know what, they give you some links, but I can also give you some as well.
I saw it.
What? You saw the links?
I looked at this, yeah.
Okay. So then you know it's not adult entertainment. At no point is anybody removing clothing, there's no nudity, there's no sexual acts, there's no obscenities. It's not adult entertainment as defined by the state or by federal law. It's not. So we can't use that to make our decision.
Well, I think it is.
But you thinking it is, and its
Well,
actual definition is really not.
I watched what was recommended to me, and it looked vulgar and rude, and it looked like adult entertainment.
In what way?
Well, I'm not gonna explain it, you saw it. It's vulgar and rude.
It's.
The acting, I don't think kids,
There's nothing overtly sexual.
I don't think kids need to see it. And we happen to disagree on this subject, and that's the way it's gonna be.
We do disagree, but here's the difference. The difference is we cannot make a decision based on opinion, your opinion and my opinion. We have to make a decision based on the law and what the law states.
Yeah, the law's vague.
It's not that vague.
We'll send it to town council, and if town council says that we have no choice, we have no choice.
Okay. I'd like to be on record as not at all being for this decision. I think this is
I know
I
you
think we're digging ourselves a big
I understand that
hole,
that's,
and
I understand that that's the way you think, and I respect that. And you're entitled to do that, and I'm entitled to think the way I do.
It's not an issue of thinking the way we think, Jason. It's an issue of the law, and this
Well-
is against it. This is discrimination,
It's not discrimination
and we are
to
going
have a show
we are gonna find
of that
ourselves
sort
in a lawsuit.
if town council comes back and says that I'm wrong, then fine.
Okay.
But it is what it is. I'm not condoning that sort of thing where kids are gonna see it. What else?
That's all I had.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.